Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. If you listening to me right now and it is nighttime, I mean, are you listening because, my voice sent you to sleep at night? Or, you know what, don't even answer that. Wherever you are, how are you? How you feeling? How you mama, sister, brother, cousin, daddy, auntie, nam? How's everybody? Are you good? That's most important. Like, let's check on you. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How was your day? Was it amazing? Did you get some extra reps in? Did you knock everything off your checklist that you needed to check off? And if your day hasn't started, are you planning to eliminate all the things on your checklist or at least get halfway through them? What goals are you going to try and achieve today or knock out today? Today, we're going to talk about, what's on the other side of momentum. So the last couple of days we've been talking about, stepping through the door, building momentum, the idea of it, yada, yada, yada. This time we're talking about, like I said, the other side of momentum. So, we've been going and doing the thing. We've stepped out. You've showed up. You've built momentum. But what happens when something inside you starts crashing? When fear hits harder than ever before, when old wounds start to bubble up and anxiety locks in. I am here to tell you that that's not failure. That's just growth exposing what's been hidden. And today we stop that. Today we heal, and then we start and we hustle again, because that's what we do. You're here because the momentum called your name, the goal, the idea, that little voice in the back of your head that just won't shut up at night. And you answered, you answered the call. But you might not be ready for what's riding on momentum's coattail, or what momentum brings to the surface. The limiting beliefs, the hidden trauma, the inherited fear. Those wounds didn't disappear when you hit launch. They didn't disappear when you press record. When you decide, when you made the decision, they don't just automatically disappear. They just got louder when you got quieter. So instead of forcing forward or just ignoring them, let's name them. Let's literally call them by their name. Let's address them. And then, if we have to, because we're going to do something about it. Scared or not. So as we move towards new levels, sometimes our unhealed parts get invited along. And if left untreated, they tend to sabotage our consistency. For some of us, this isn't the first time that we're starting this thing or attempting this thing. We have tried it once before, and for whatever reason, whatever excuse we told ourselves at that time, we stopped. But we're not doing that anymore, But if we look back over those times, it could have been that constant inner loop of push, pressure, plateau, fracture. That isn't just stress. It's the unhealed wounds of pressing forward just for attention. So think about this as you decide to move forward. The moment you freeze mid-task, what's the real reason for it? Just think about that. That ache of exhaustion, is it just physical, or is it your heart tired of carrying a story you haven't faced yet? That sudden fight with someone, that's an argument, is it an old pain echoing and revealing things from your past and bringing it into your present? If you try and, skip this healing process that is necessary, if you try and ignore it, you could sabotage your hustle. You could sabotage everything that you're working for. Because every step forward carries the echoes of unhealed wounds. What you haven't addressed yet will resurface at the most inconvenient times. You may push through a launch or record a wonderful, powerful episode, but when life tests you, old pains may hijack your focus. They might freeze your momentum or make you question your purpose. You don't just lose momentum because you're weak. You lose it because you haven't healed the parts of you that rise when pressure is applied. So yes, although you hustle bravely, if you skip the aligned healing, your last breakthrough just might be your last. So instead, let healing enhance your hustle so that you can climb, or so that your climb is steady, sustainable, and rooted in truth. If I'm on top of my game with everything else going on in life, there should be a document on either a website or on my page that is called the Heal Before Hustle Toolkit, right? Use this toolkit whenever something hard surfaces, not to halt your journey, but to make your hustle healthier. So, number 1, stop and get curious. Pause in the moment when you feel a shift, anxiety, a shutdown, an irritation, and ask, what am I really feeling right now? Name the emotion. So this is fear. This is overwhelming. That in itself brings clarity and dissolves some of the charge that's there. Journal the wound. Ask yourself, when was the first time I felt this? What was happening in my life? What does this feeling protect me from? What story am I telling myself about this emotion? And then write freely. No filter, no judgment. Just let the answers rise. Number 3, anchor it with a ritual. Choose one of the following: 5 intentional breaths. So inhale calmly, exhale the tension. Inhale calmly, exhale the tension, and repeat. Ask yourself a grounding question like, what do I need right now? A release ritual. So write your worries. End with, I release this. So, for example, I am worried about failing or disappointing people. And then at the end of that statement, say, I release the idea of failure. I release the fear of disappointing X, Y, and Z. And then safely burn that paper or tear it up. That's just physically releasing the energy. Once you see it gone, hopefully there's a feeling that comes over you that, you actually feel it being gone, if that makes sense. 4th, create a simple reframe. Take the labeled wound, whether that be fear, self-doubt, worthlessness, whatever, and shift it. For example, I feel unworthy becomes, I'm in a season where I am building a new foundation of self-worth. Just notice how even the small mental shift can bring spaciousness and ease. Number 5, set up support. Healing doesn't have to be lonely. Text a trusted friend. I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z. Can you pray with me? Can you walk with me? Can you talk with me about it? Reach out to a coach or a therapist and say, something is surfacing. Can we chat? Do you got a moment or two? Speak your pain out loud. Saying it activates community and invites compassion. It also lets you know that you're not alone in this. And then lastly, move an intention. After the ritual, just ask, what's my next small aligned action? This might be returning to whatever it is that you were doing before, whatever your hustle was, refreshed, or just resting one extra day, because we all need an extra day just to clear our mind and just rest our bodies. Both are valid in growing, The mantra or affirmation for today is just, I honor the wounds that surface. They are signs I'm moving higher. Healing comes while I hustle, not instead of it. I do not need to heal it all right now, but I will check in with myself periodically. My feelings are valid. They are information, not failure. I am allowed to grow, and to rest and to grow and to rest, sometimes even at the same time. I welcome growth and grace as constant companions on this journey that I'm on. Healing today builds the urge for tomorrow's hustle. My consistency isn't abandoned, it's just being redefined with care. I will heal while I hustle. I will heal and grow while I hustle because my purpose deserves depth, not just speed. Every pause for healing readies me for the next level. And then, you don't have to pause for too long. Just a word of advice. But you must pause with intention. So this week, take a moment and just reflect over, one moment that you fell off or slow down. Use the toolkit, then revisit that task with some clarity. Momentum with depth becomes legacy. Momentum brings the right conditions for healing to I wrote it and my brain is like, girl, what was it? Momentum brings the right conditions for healing to surface. So don't ignore the signposts. Healing before hustling ensures your next level isn't built on shaky ground. And y'all know what I always suggest at the end of the day. All else fails. We can all use some extra money. So go if you can spare it. $8 might change your life. $2 might change your life. And then you could hire the people, build the systems, to help do whatever the thing you're trying to do. And hopefully that, restores some momentum. And if not, we'll figure it out. We got nothing but time, space, and opportunity. So I hope y'all having a fantastic day, fantastic week. I'm going to get out of here, and go be productive, or at least try to be.